All right, well, really proud of the guys for the effort they put forth against Army. Unbelievably beautiful place to play a ball game. I don't know if y'all have been there before, but what a great venue and a lot of history in that stadium. Football-wise, played a really good team. They had not lost at home in 15 games since 2016. We outgained them 131 yards in rushing. Our defense did an excellent job of limiting their effectiveness running the ball, and that's what they really want to do. And then offensively, we ran the ball great. We had 324 yards rushing, and when you combine that with what the defense did, you really got an opportunity to win. And that's why we won, because we control the running game both with our defense and also with our offense. Amari Jones, I thought, had a phenomenal game. I thought we did an excellent job of getting him the ball in space on numerous occasions, and when that happens, he does some great things with the ball. Corey Dauphine had another really good game. Bradwell, Cam Carroll came in and ran well. Stephon Hutterson, and that all starts up front. Keyshawn McLeod, who's a senior for us, had an excellent game on the offensive line. And then defensively, Patrick Johnson had another good ball game. I thought our linebackers played tough. I thought our inside guys, Cam Sample was one of the players of the game. DeAndre Williams, they played awful tough up there up front. And when you play those guys, you got to be able to stay at the point. So a lot of guys played well, and proud of coming away with a win, and looking forward to this week's preparation with Connecticut. Back in league play. Like I always tell these guys, every one of these counts one, so you got to turn the page quickly and move on to the next challenge.
Questions for Coach?
Coach, on the hold on the fake punt, you thought that was a good call?
Well, I tackled the guy, so it was good. It's something we'd worked on a bunch, and we didn't execute very well. We had an extra guy over there at the point, so luckily they called what happened. Sometimes that doesn't happen.
You think this is like a maturity win, like this is a good game when you're able to go on the road?
You go on the road and you play a good team. It's tough, and against that type of team, you got to be extremely tough mentally and physically, because those front guys, Cam Sample and DeAndre and Devon Wright, and those guys play, they're getting chopped and cut every other play, and that's just how they do it. And you sit around and you whine about it, you're not going to play the next play hard. And those guys did a good job playing tough guy football.
But if we can make a local comparison, would it be fair to say Amari Jones is used a little bit like an Alvin Kamara, just getting him the ball as many ways as he can?
Yeah, there is a comparison there. I've said it a few times. You guys are probably sick of me saying I had one of my first jobs. Our head coach told the offensive coordinator, was get the fast guys the ball in space. Now, that's always resonated with me. And if you get those fast, quick guys the ball in space, something's good going to happen. And no longer can that be with a running back just handing them the ball. You got to get them the ball in the perimeter, either by handing it or passing it or running, handing it off and getting on the perimeter. And we're trying to get the ball. We came close on a couple kick returns. I think he could touch the ball 15 times offensively and then another 4 times. One time the sun was in his eyes on a punt return. I thought if that wouldn't have happened, he would have caught the ball and had about 20 yards of space, and it would have been a big play. So, yeah, it's a good comparison. It's a good guy to be compared to.
An integral part of the offense is Justin McMillan's ball fakes. He seems to be really adept at that. How good is he at that? And how much does that help what you're doing?
He's an excellent ball handler, and he does a good job of faking, and that's a really important part of the game that goes uncoached. And Coach Hall does an excellent job of coaching him on it, and Justin does a good job of executing it during practice. And we got a lot of different ball handling that he's got to do, where he's spinning around to his right, to his left, and faking to a guy, handing it to another guy, and everybody's got to be on point when we're doing that. But you're right, he's an excellent ball handler.
So
And then the other part of it too is, when he gives the ball, acting like he has the ball and carrying out his fake, after he hands the ball off. Now you get another set of eyes in the secondary on him, and now they're losing leverage if we break through the second level. And he does a good job of that. It's a lot of quarterbacks are not very good at that.
Coach, as you look at the 16-day layoff that you had going into Saturday, obviously that was unique in its own right. But do you feel like that helped you be able to prepare for the uniqueness of what the Army did?
Yeah, that's a good question. Definitely it helped us because, that under center triple option, we play it every year with Navy. So we're always working on that, particularly in the off season, during the summer a little bit. But if we wouldn't have had that week off, we would have had to spend a lot of time on this during preseason camp. So our guys could have jumped right into it on game week. So yeah, that was good. They had a week off too, an extra week to prepare and put a few things in. There's a few wrinkles they put in that, we weren't ready for, but that always happens. You just got to be able to adjust on the sideline or out there on the field.
Is it a hard transition to go back, or to go to that and then have to go back to the way you've been playing more conventionally?
We did some good on good during the week too, where we went against our offense, and there's a lot of similarities with our offense does, at least formationally and run game and pass game that other teams do, and in particular what UConn does.
Coach, as you started stacking these wins, have you noticed a different buzz or just around the campus and just the expectations going up?
Oh, but, that's one of the things we talked about on Monday is just you got to turn the page and there's one of the things you got to do is we tell our guys all the time you got to put the team first, and that's hard in this day and age when you got people in your ear and tendencies for people to get selfish. But we want to put the team first in everything we do, and then number two is drown out the noise, and don't worry about that. And it hasn't been important up until the last couple of weeks, and I think our guys understand that. I really believe if you sit and linger on past successes or failures, you're not going to be the best you can be that following week. So, hopefully this practice wasn't any different than after Auburn or after the Army game. It's all got to be the same with preparation.
Just based on where your expectations were going into this year and how good you guys felt like you could be, are you kind of on par with where you feel like you should be at this point?
Well, we got a long ways to go, and so it's just we also talk about 1-0 every week. Everybody does that, but do you really prepare that way? And that's what we got to get the guys to do, and I think they understand. We got a lot of room for improvement, particularly with penalties, missed assignments, didn't play very well in the kicking game, didn't finish the game. That should have, it should have been a different ball game. It shouldn't have been I was biting my fingernails over there at the end of the game. That shouldn't have had to do that. Our guys realized that. One of the things I was proud of is after the game, our guys were disappointed. Coaches were disappointed. Players were disappointed. I had to rally everybody and tell them, hey, man, it's hard to win. Everybody's trying to win. There's a reason they'd won 15 home games in a row. They're 11-2 last season. They should have beat Michigan, got beaten double overtime at the Big House. Should have beat Ohio State a year ago in overtime. It's a good football team. So be proud of it, and then let's don't repeat these mistakes.
Is that a good position to be in, or just a different position where you're kind of?
Well, you hope that you're in that position, but it's just the growth and maturity of the program.
Would top 25 be a significant milestone?
Oh, I think it would be anything we're getting right now. I mean, you've been around here a long time, Ed. As someone told me, this is 4-1 is since 1998, and the last time before that was 1979 or something like that. I mean, that's I've been 4-1 a bunch of times. So that's why you got to drown out the noise and block it out, and just you worry about all that stuff when the season gets over.
So for you, this is just what you're used to.
Well, I've been doing this a long time, so it's I just as I said when I came in here at Tulane, I want to make Tulane a consistent winner year after year after year after year, and you know, and we can do it here. We got so many pluses here. There's no reason why we can't get it done.
Obviously, you guys game plan is how and when to get each guy the ball, but is there anything in game when you have so many running backs that dictates, who's the hot hand or who you're gonna go to more?
You know, it's tough, you know, when, you know, on coach's call sheet, he's got that, and he knows the amount of touches we'd like each guy to get to, but then things change during the course of the game with either an injury or a play that's working that maybe one guy does a little bit better than the other. You know, but we'd love to get, you know, there's about 4 or 5 guys he'd like to get ball, he'd like them to touch it 10 to 15 times, and there's some other guys 5 to 10, you know, all of a sudden you're doing the math and you're up to 120. So you got to have unselfish dudes, you know, and when they get opportunities, they got to take advantage of it. But it usually evens out during the course of a whole season.
Coach, were you surprised when Harlan went to 2 when they cut it to 9, I guess?
It's both of us subscribe to the same analytics company, and that's what they got. But that's one, you know, I'm not a 15. That when there was 15, I agreed 100%. But the 9 to 7, I you know, with the time that was left in the game, that's what it tells you to do. And there's only a few situations where I don't follow the analytics to the T, and that would be one of them. Sometimes I think with 18 to 22-year-olds, you don't get it, you lose hope, you know, because now you gotta get the onside kick, you got to, you know, all that other kind of stuff, and now you got to get 2 scores. And there just wasn't enough time, in my opinion. But that's what it told us too. So I guess you spend all that money to go opposite, huh?
So the card has changed now, and it's more complex in terms of.
Oh yeah, they give us a book this
what's on the
thick.
clock,
Yeah,
it's-
they give us a book this thick. You know, the fourth quarter is different than the first quarter, than the second quarter, third quarter. You know, and how many scores, what's been happening in the fourth quarter. Sometimes you look at the game and you got to go off of the analytics because, hey man, this might be the last score. You know, it's tough sledding to get the ball in the end zone, you know, but other games, shoot, we'll score 2 more times or 3 more times in the fourth quarter.
Going back now 11 months, was the decision in the Navy game a year ago based on that?
No, it told me to,
That
that was extra point because we were playing at home.
So
And,
that was a good call.
yeah, I just thought we were having a tough time stopping them at that point in time, so we went for 2 on it.
Coach, is Jeffrey Johnson close?
Yeah, he's going to be able to play this week. He could have played last week, but he was about, you know, 85%, something like that. And he, I don't know how the hell I came up with that number, but somewhere around there. And he's ready to go. You know, and in that game, you got to be able to push off both ways. And it's so important for those defensive linemen to have quick movement. But he'll be good to go this week.
Willie, over the years, when a Tulane coach wins,
Don't ask it, Ed. Go ahead.
you know what happens?
I'm probably a little older than most of those guys.
Is that it?
Yeah, I'm probably. 1-0. Everybody good? Thank y'all.